A lot of games to get to. Raiders at Bengals is going to kick off wild card weekend. Bengals are a 5-point favorite at home.
Joey.
IT, you're going with Joe Burrow.
Going with Jackpot Joey, bro. I'm going like the stage ain't. We seen this. We seen this in the national championship game with Jackpot Joey against a dominating Alabama team. The stage ain't too big for him, man. If they could, like how they used to do back in the day, if they can let these guys smoke cigars on the sideline, I'm sure Jackpot Joey would be smoking a one-of-a-kind cigar on the sideline during the game if he could, because that's how cool the young man is, and that's what I'm going with over the Las Vegas Raiders, because I don't know which Derek Carr would get. You know, it's hit or miss with Derek Carr. So I'm gonna stay with Jackpot Joey because this is what he do. The stage ain't never too big for him. He always cool with a stogie in his hand.
Channeling his inner Len Dawson, Ike. That's the image I think of, the old school NFL player where he's on the sidelines for the Chiefs, smoking a cigarette. I'm gonna go with the Bengals at home too.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna go with the Bengals at home as well. I just think this is too high-powered of an offense. Good luck trying to shut down the receiving core. You've got Joe Mixon in the backfield, too, as good as there is in this league. I like what the Bengals did towards the end of the season, ascending into the playoffs, and I just like the way that they're playing. Let's go to the next AFC matchup. You've got Patriots and Bills. Bills are a 4-point favorite at home, and the Bills have a strong defense, Ike. Finished the season number 1 in DVOA. A division matchup in the wild card round of the playoffs. Who you got between Patriots and Bills?
Man, I'm not gonna go against Bill Belichick. That's what I'm not doing. When it comes down to just shutting down whatever you do best, that's what Coach Belichick do. When it comes down to this is your weakness on defense from the opposing teams, that's what Bill Belichick do. So until somebody consistently beat Coach Belichick at what he does, and he's been doing it for a long time, I'm not going against Bill Belichick. Do I think Mac and Cheese can bring the offense from behind if they get down? No. But in Bill, I trust. So I'm going to go with Bill Belichick because I know he would shut down whatever Josh Allen and the company doing offense well, and he would expose on the defensive side what the Buffalo Bills don't do well. So that's what I'm rocking with.
The Bills and Patriots meet in the playoffs, Ike, for the first time in 58 years. I cannot wait to watch this. I'm going to go with the Bills, and I'm putting my faith in quarterback Josh Allen. His statistical production a little bit down from what we saw in the 2020 season, but just given his dual threat ability when he needs to make a play, whether it's through his arms, whether it's running the football, I think that it's do or die. You lay it all on the line. Those plays where you might have slidden or run out of bounds in the regular season, you got to lay it all on the line. And I'm putting my faith in Josh Allen and the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills and go against your pick, Ike. But yeah, to me, it's like, yeah, I'm nervous to go against Bill Belichick and the Patriots, just given from what we've seen from them. Sunday's action starts early in the afternoon. Eagles against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, defending Super Bowl champions, Ike, but they've got a lot of injury issues. Chris Godwin's on injured reserve, and then various levels of injuries to Levante David, Shaq Barrett, Jason Pierre-Paul, Richard Sherman, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones II, among others. All of those players either missed Week 18's action or they left the Panthers game early. You also don't have Antonio Brown anymore. In my opinion, Ike, and this is my upset pick of the wild card round, I think the Bucs are too reliant upon Tom Brady at the age of 44. I don't think they've established the running game quite like they did a year ago. I am going to pick the Eagles as an 8.5-point underdog to win outright on the road at Raymond James Stadium. And you're shaking your head.
Mama, there go that man. And his name is Tom Brady. I don't care. You almost made me curse, Mark. I don't care if he was 60. I don't care if he was 64 years old. there go another guy. There go another guy you just don't bet against. So Antonio Brown caught a temper tantrum. He showed his butt off. He's gone, right? Godwin is hurting. He's gone. Well, how about a Grayson who just came off, not only being a world traveler when it comes down to different teams, But, man, he was in the CFL for a minute. He was playing arena.
Injuries to Grayson too, though, Ike. You're further proving my point about the Bucs injuries.
But he's still playing. So in time, I trust. Well, how about Lil Miller? Lil Miller, who was fast. As a matter of fact, didn't he just score last week off of reverse? Yeah, I think he just scored last week off of reverse. So now the guys who wasn't playing, they getting opportunities to play. And now time goes to Coach BA was like, I trust this guy. Give him a chance. And this is exactly what he's doing. Yeah, just because he was injured and he's getting less time, that means I'm going to rest you for the week because on Sunday, I'm going to need you a lot. That's all they're doing. But in time, I trust, man. I'm not going against time. That's one thing I'm not doing. I don't even look at the defensive side when it comes down to Tom Brady. I know when Tom Brady, I know when he goes into a hostile environment. I know when he's playing the New York Jets and it looked bad from the third quarter when they thought they was going to lose the game and he come down with 90 seconds and just go for a game-winning touchdown and Grayson. I know what Tom Brady can do because I've seen this too many times, whether he's 23 or 44 or 43 or 64. As long as Tom can sling that ball, Tom Brady going to give you opportunity. So I'm sticking with Tom, Mark.
I like how you say 64 when not quite a senior citizen at that point, but that's how much faith you have in Tom Brady.
Correct.
And look,
Correct.
I do not see, even if they get by the Eagles, I do not see a way that the Buccaneers repeat as Super Bowl champions. So if you're not as confident in me in the outright upset, at least to me, take the Eagles. 8.5 points is an awful lot. At least take the Eagles to cover that. But to me, that's my upset pick of the weekend. That's just, hey, we can agree to disagree. We will go to 49ers and Cowboys. Cowboys at home. This is the CBS Nickelodeon game, Ike. So we're going to get the MVP award, the Nickelodeon Valuable Player. Cowboys are a 3-point favorite at home. I don't even need to ask you. I know who you're going to pick in this game, but the floor is yours, Ike Taylor. 49ers and Cowboys. Who you got?
Debo! You already know where I'm going, man. I'm going Debo Samuel all day because you know what time it is. This is exactly what he's been doing. He's the personality from the San Francisco 49ers, whether he's catching the ball on the last drive from Jimmy Garoppolo, and we got to start giving Jimmy Garoppolo his props because he's been making some game-winning drives as well. But whether he's getting the ball off or he's handing it off or he's scoring touchdowns, he's the only wide receiver with 8 touchdowns rushing this year. And by the way, man, he's just got a bad attitude. And I see why his parents named him Debo, because if anybody watched the movie Friday and they saw Debo pull up on a bike, you had to tuck your chain. That's exactly what it was. So, yeah, it's just, for me, it's the personality. For me, it's the matchups. And what I do know about the San Francisco 49ers is they play aggressive defense. Now, they're not exciting. They're not finesse. They don't have a lot of Pro Bowlers. But you want to talk about some guys who are going to come downhill and just lay the pipe and smack you in the face and want to FaceTime with you. That's exactly what these San Francisco 49ers guys be doing. Now, on the offensive side, now we're back to Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell, one of my guys from Louisiana Lafayette, he's been toting the thing of late coming off injury for the San Francisco 49ers, along with the Samuel. So then you look on the outside, who they have as receivers. We just got some basketball players, 6'3", 6'4", about 240, but they play receivers for us. So when you're looking at the matchups between those guys, yeah, you look at it. You look at a Diggs who's been catching the ball, leading the league with 11 picks, but the Diggs haven't been playing guys like what San Fran has on the perimeter. Diggs haven't been playing a guy physical, who's physical, and all he wants to do is run people over instead of shaking them in a Debo Samuels. Diggs have to come up every time to tackle Elijah Mitchell because it's 7-point-something yards per carry when the San Francisco 49ers get that thing going. Now you got Jimmy Garoppolo. He's getting in the zone and he's just slinging it. He's just throwing into an area where they need to be, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're catching it and making moves. So, yeah, I do like Dallas. I do like their offense. I think they're a very talented team. I just think the matchup, the physicality-wise, the matchup favors the San Francisco 49ers. And when you want to talk about the playoffs, it's all physical. The referees, they leave their whistles in the locker room, and they say, let's play ball. Y'all better not come crying to me because I'm not giving y'all no calls. And that's the kind of ball that's going to be come time this weekend for the Dallas Cowboys and San Fran 49ers.
The word you used, Ike, physicality, is why I will also take the 49ers on the road. We've talked about this on previous weeks as well, Ike. If it's a 3-point favorite and you're at home, that pretty much means odds makers consider to be even with the home team. So I'm going to take the 49ers to win as well. And it's because of the physicality that you mentioned. We're going to skip over Steelers and Chiefs because that'll be our last score prediction that we'll do, given that this is the Bleav in Steelers podcast. Wildcard weekend continues on Monday night. Cardinals and Rams, NFC West division rivals. They split the season series. And to me, we've talked about this. The Rams are all in this year, given the star power of Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., and Matthew Stafford. Now, Cam Akers is back for the Rams at the running back position. The two big questions I have coming into this one: can the Cardinals contain Cooper Kupp, the league's best receiver, but then also Matthew Stafford? What are you going to get? Are you going to get the elite upside? Or are you going to get the pedestrian downside? And it was summed up on Sunday's loss that the Rams had to the 49ers on Sunday. Rams led in this game by 17 points, and they end up losing 27-24. Give me the physicality. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road to beat the home team Rams at SoFi. I'm rocking with the Cardinals. I like James Conner. I know that, like, I would feel even better if DeAndre Hopkins were playing for the Cardinals. Correct. But just the Rams, they've got a lot of great names on paper. It's put up or shut up for the Rams right now because it's Super Bowl or bust for this Los Angeles Rams team. I like what the Cardinals have done this season. I'm going to take the Cardinals to win on the road.
So I would have taken the Cardinals if DeAndre Hopkins was playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not, so I'm not going to take the Cardinals. Here's what I look at with the matchups between the Rams and the Cardinals. I'm looking at Von Miller now. He's finally getting in this groove. I'm looking at Aaron Jones. Aaron Donald has always did what he did. I'm looking at Floyd, who's a matchup wise when it comes down to that linebacker position. I'm looking at Jalen Ramsey and company. You know, so now he doesn't have to worry about DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm looking at Matthew Stafford, and I like what OBJ said when they talked about Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. He said, man, I got the first – he said, man, I got courtside seats watching this guy work. You know, so y'all worrying about me on my catches and what I need to do. Now, I understand, man, I got a guy named Cooper Kupp. They didn't give him 3 crowns this year. They didn't give the man a triple crown for catching, receiving, and touchdowns. Man, that's hard to do. So he's acknowledging, man, this guy, yeah, do I feel like I'm better than this guy? Yeah, I'm sure OBJ feel like he's better than Cooper Kupp. But who's more proven in this Cooper Kupp? Have OBJ ever had a triple crown? Not a day in his life when it came down to being an NFL receiver. So he's acknowledging that. And when you acknowledge that, especially when you're a superstar, even though OBJ might not be a superstar in the field, just in general, just his persona, just OBJ, he's a superstar in general. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Matthew Stafford. Yeah, that's my biggest question mark with Matthew Stafford. Could he ever win a playoff game? You know, could he get you over the hump? So for me, he kind of feels like a Derek Carr. You know, yeah, I love Derek Carr. They're good people, good person, got a nice arm. But can they get you over the hump? But he got Sean McVay. And I think Sean McVay, at some point in time, it was kind of antsy. Matthew Stafford was his new shiny car, his new shiny toy, and he just wanted to run the ball. I mean, he just wanted to pass the ball. Now it came back to Sean McVay offense. And it's a lot of play action pass. Then you give him Cam Akers back to help the running game. So that's more play action pass. So now OBJ will be more wide open. Now Cooper Kupp will be more wide open. And how about, by the way, this guy named Higbee, who just so happened to play tight end. He has been showing his butt off the last couple of games. So you goddamn right. Yeah, I feel some kind of way about Matthew Stafford, but I feel better because Sean McVay is his head coach. He's an offensive genius. Now the LA Rams are running Sean McVay's offense, not a Matthew Stafford offense. So I'm rocking with the LA Rams.
I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game, Ike. The matchup between the two teams, 110 points scored. So I'm really excited to see what happens in this one. I can't wait